Today, we're going to get under the hood of OpenShift. Now, we all know Kubernetes is an absolute beast, the king of container orchestration. But let me ask you this, is a powerful engine really all you need to get where you're going?
Right. So if Kubernetes is that high-performance engine, it's still, well, it's just an engine. You still need a chassis, a transmission, safety features, a dashboard, to make it a usable car. And that, my friends, is exactly where OpenShift comes into the picture. So first up, let's define exactly what this car is.
The simple version is this. OpenShift is a platform as a service that's built around Kubernetes. Don't think of it as a replacement for Kubernetes. No. Think of it as a massive enhancement. It's the thing that packages that raw, powerful engine into a complete vehicle that's ready for the enterprise journey.
Here's how that car analogy really breaks down. The foundation, the chassis of the car, that's Red Hat's super hardened operating system. The engine, of course, is Kubernetes, giving you all that core orchestration power. And then you get all the features, the dashboard, the GPS, the safety systems. These are all the integrated tools that make life so much easier for both your developers and your operations teams.
But here's a fun fact. OpenShift didn't always use the Kubernetes engine, and its journey to adopting it, well, that's a key part of the whole story.
OpenShift actually started way back in 2011 with its own custom container tech. But the real game changer was in 2015. Red Hat made this huge strategic pivot. They looked around and saw that Kubernetes was clearly winning the container orchestration war. So they made a really smart call. They stopped trying to build their own engine and decided to build the best possible car around the Kubernetes engine. That single decision, it shaped everything that OpenShift is today.
Okay, so what are all those extra features? What does OpenShift actually add on top of what you might call vanilla Kubernetes to complete the car? This is where its real value starts to become super clear.
The core difference really comes down to assembly. See, Kubernetes gives you the amazing engine, but then it's totally up to you to go out and find, integrate, and maintain all the other parts. Your image registry, your monitoring, your CI/CD tools, the whole shebang. OpenShift, on the other hand, is the pre-assembled car. It gives you an opinionated platform where all those pieces are already integrated, and more importantly, guaranteed to work together right out of the box.
For developers, this is a much smoother ride. The OC command line tool, for instance, it's a superset of kubectl. It adds these really simple commands like new app that can get your code running in a single step. And features like source to image or S2I, they're absolute game changers. They let developers create container images directly from source code without ever having to write a complex Docker file. It's all about removing friction and just speeding up that whole development lifecycle.
And for the operations teams, the focus is all about enterprise-grade stability and security. The security policies are way stricter by default, and you get a built-in private image registry, which saves you a major headache during setup. The embedded operator hub is also a huge win. It's basically an app store for your cluster. It makes it incredibly simple to reliably deploy and manage complex software like databases or monitoring tools with just a few clicks.
Now, Red Hat knows that not everyone needs the same kind of car, so they offer a whole family of OpenShift products, or models if you want to stick with the analogy.
This product family really covers every possible need. OKD, that's the open source community version, think of it as your project car that you build and customize yourself. OpenShift Container Platform is the flagship model you'd run in your own data center. And then you have the fully managed services like Rosa on AWS or Aero on Azure. Those are like the luxury chauffeur option. Red Hat handles all the maintenance and driving for you right there in the public cloud.
So, after seeing what OpenShift is, where it came from, and all the cool stuff it adds, we get to the final decision. The big takeaway here is this. OpenShift isn't trying to be a different engine. It's providing a complete road-tested vehicle. It makes strong, opinionated choices on security, networking, and monitoring for you. By integrating everything into one cohesive platform, it's just designed to get your applications to production faster and more securely.
And that leaves us with one final question. Could your team build a custom car from parts using Kubernetes as the engine? Absolutely. Of course you could. But if your main goal is to get on the road quickly, reliably, and with all the features already included, then buying the complete car is often the smarter choice. Ultimately, the right platform for you depends entirely on your destination.